Hydrogen is crucial to achieve net zero. It is an energy vector that does not produce CO2, so it can replace fossil fuels. Hi Adamo, it's nice to meet you at the GET, the Green Energy Transition Congress.
Hi, Paola. Very happy to be here today. I've been around. There's a lot of activity, a lot of people talking about the energy transition because it's a really hot topic. And I've been talking to several companies and individuals that were talking about hydrogen. And hydrogen is still there as a technology for decarbonization.
Oh yes, hydrogen projects are very promising. But we are seeing that there is a bottleneck in the final investment decision. Hydrogen is crucial to achieve net zero. It is an energy vector that does not produce CO2, so it can replace fossil fuels. We expect that production of hydrogen should increase, and in fact the pipeline of projects is growing. Nevertheless, there is a problem in final investment decision because only 10% of projects achieve this phase. What's your view on this, Adamo?
Yeah, you're right, Paola, to point that all the projects did not reach FID up to date. Why? You said very accurately, hydrogen is an energy vector. It's not an energy source. So it transforms one energy to another energy. So it's important to understand the whole value chain. And that's why people sometimes miss only to get the big picture. It's quite complex. We invested in the last 4 years since the first hydrogen roadmap have been issued by countries like Germany. And after that, 65 countries follow that. 65 countries committed to deliver hydrogen and to support the hydrogen. But we look only at the production at this time. And we had a good success globally in the world. We moved from 500 million euro market to 5 billion. Multiply a market by 10 in 5 years is not so bad. But there's still a lot to do, of course. And we need to think about the market. The off-takers. We have been looking only at the production, which was great. We put a lot of money in the production side, but we need to look at the market. And also we need to look at what the hydrogen is made of. And today you have several options, but the main of it is made of natural gas, and you need to develop the carbon capture. And the other one, which is more promising, is made from renewable. And you need to develop also renewable, because if you don't have the renewable, you don't have the hydrogen. So that's why it takes a little bit of time, but let's be optimistic. We made already a big step.
Oh yes, surely we have to shift from a fossil-based hydrogen production to renewable hydrogen, because in this way we can use natural resources like water, sun, wind, hydropower. But I understand that there are some issues, especially in the logistics of hydrogen, because hydrogen is a very volatile and fugitive molecule. So if we want to liquefy, we have to achieve very low temperatures, and this is not really feasible. We should compress hydrogen. We have to compress hydrogen to maintain operating temperature at ambient temperature. This means we have to go to 300 to 700 bar, and this is an issue for safety, for sure. And we have to transport hydrogen also, not only storage, but for transport of hydrogen, we have pipelines which can have issues for material of construction and also for construction issues itself. So I understand that this can be a problem for final investment decision and also to secure of takers.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, again, a very, very important topic in all the value chain of hydrogen. Producing hydrogen from renewable or from fossil with carbon capture, we can do it. We can do it at scale today. And then from the other side, to use hydrogen is also done. But let's look at two things. Today, the 100 million tons of hydrogen in the world, more than 99% of this hydrogen is consumed where it's produced. Or, in another way, is produced where it's consumed. So you don't not transport hydrogen today. Hydrogen is difficult to transport. That's why some years ago I started to think about the European hydrogen backbone, to create a backbone to transport hydrogen. We already have something like 6,000 kilometers of hydrogen pipeline in the world, in the north of Europe, in Germany, but also in US. So this is one important topic. Look also another point. What makes the oil so successful in the world? Why it has been so successful? Because you can transport where you want and when you want, and you can store it. This is a big success of oil. You can bring energy from where you have energy to where you need energy, avoiding moving people around. So it's very important to think to that way. And you're right. hydrogen is probably not the right molecule to transport. You need to do something else to be transportable. Because you cannot transport electrons, you cannot transport easily hydrogen. There are a lot of initiatives in Australia, pipeline, liquid ship, etc. Still at the infancy, I would say, the beginning of the life. You need to think about what can we do with this hydrogen that is transportable. And maybe I know you know that. We talk about molecules because we need these molecules to be transported. I give you another small example. Today, when you store energy in the world, you store in oil and gas. When you transport energy in the world, you transport by oil and gas. You do not transport electrons and you do not transport hydrogen. So we need green molecules.
One possibility is to convert hydrogen into molecules that can use the existing infrastructures and also the existing industrial facilities. For example, we can convert hydrogen and CO2 into methanol. Methanol is a good molecule which can be used as fuel in a maritime or aviation field, and that can be also used as a feedstock for other chemical productions. Please consider that we as Nextchem recently, we have increased our portfolio of technologies by adding the Adwin methanol suite, an Adwin methanol suite, which is a groundbreaking solution to produce low carbon and green methanol. This offers low capex, low opex, high availability and also high efficiency. So it's a very important new part of our family. But it's not only methanol. It's we are studying also the possibility to convert methanol into other e-fuels, like for example gasoline or better jet, SAF. These e-fuels are essentially drop-in fuels, so they can use the existing infrastructures, they can be used in the engine as they are today, and they can use all the industrial facilities we have available without any modification.
I totally agree. This is what we learned the last days, the last years, I would say. What can we do to accelerate the decarbonization? And not only dreaming at what could be 2050, but what can we do now? And these are examples, as you said, that we can do now. We can implement now, making green hydrogen, capturing CO2, making methanol. There's a lot of another big portfolio in our company. We can make ammonia, which is also another CO2-free fuel. We can make SAF, as you said. But we can make also other products, like we are talking a lot today about steel. Steel can be easily transported and not hydrogen. So you can produce steel where you have the iron ore, when you have the renewable, and you can transport. So it's a change of parameters in the world of energy, and some countries will become richer than others. What is good is to say that renewable is good for the society, with a big society, because everybody can have a little bit of sun, a little bit of wind, and with this sun and wind, produce their own electricity, and from this electricity sometimes to produce other value-added products that they can export, like methanol, ammonia, SAF, and steel. So it's good because it will create a more stability. But on the other side, we are in a geopolitical fight, of course, because each country wants to get the most of its resources. So we need to leverage that. And at the end of the day also, what is important is to solve the trilemma of energy. Because we need energy, but we need it cheap, and we need available energy, not intermittent energy. So this trilemma will create complexity in the world of supplying decarbonization to the society.
And this is also another issue with the projects in hydrogen field, because we see that the cost of production is still high, because it's strictly connected to the cost of power, which is still high, as well as capex is high in this investment. So I understand that this can jeopardize projects and make the final investment decision a delay.
Yes, I know, I would say, Paola, because you're right. When you look at green hydrogen, I don't say about the blue or the black, where the cost of feedstock is also very important, but it's carbonized feedstock. But when you look at green, you know, I said at the beginning, we move from 500 million to 5 billion. So we multiply by 10. So the capex of the electrolyzer is decreasing. Decreasing, at least staying stable, because everything is increasing on the other way. You know, the cost of steel is increasing, etc. But as you said, it's important to look at where it makes sense to produce this green hydrogen and not green hydrogen, green ammonia, green methanol, or green SAF. This is what is important, where it makes sense to produce. And there is no one silver bullet. You need to analyze where I have resources of wind and sun, where I have land, space to do it also, because space is important, where I have export facility. Where can I export all these goods? So you need to find a good location. But there are a lot of countries that are very happy because they can be back on the scene, like Morocco, like Chile, like Australia. They are investing a lot in decarbonizing. Of course, Europe is a little bit less. There's less availability of land. You know, in Europe, there's not enough space. Except Spain and North Sea, where you can produce this green hydrogen. These are the two hot points in Europe to produce green hydrogen.
Oh yes, there is a high potential in these projects for sure. The benefits are huge, we cannot ignore them, but it's necessary a joint effort from the government, from the industry, and from the R&D world to go towards a sustainable development.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we are still in the early phase of the project. There is no competition today. We need to work together. In technology level, as you said, we need to put together technology, and this is also what we are good at doing at Nextchem, putting together different pieces of technology because there is no one solution. You have to work together. And also putting the financing because you need to de-risk the project. So it's important to de-risk the project and put the off-taker. So there is a lot to do. We are doing a lot and we are contributing. It's already started and it will accelerate, I'm sure.
Okay, yes, I'm sure as well. Thank you, Adamo.
Thank you, Paola. I was very happy to have the chat with you today. And I'm sure we will have other opportunity to discuss more.
Thank you.
Thank you.